meeting to order and start with Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, good morning. And next, I will ask for the approval of the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Approval of the minutes.
Make a motion to approve last week's minutes.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Approval of claims for payment.
I'll make a motion to approve claims for payment.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next is change of status of community services. Lynn brought this back to us in October. We gave him permission to go ahead and take applications. He found an applicant. And you want to explain a little bit here?
Yeah, as we talked before, since we're now part of a region, things are changing, and one thing that they talked about at the regional level is that of our 10 counties, all but I think 3 had a county social worker. And so we were basically given the authority through the region to go ahead and get that done, and they actually wanted us to get them hired as soon as possible. So we met back in October, and they gave me the okay to advertise, and we took applications. We've got somebody that applied who's a quasi, I guess, county. She gets paid by the county. It's the mental health advocate, but actually is under the direction of the court, but only is part-time there. And so we're looking at the possibility of her then taking on this role also. So it would be like 2 part-time jobs, but still would not be full-time. So it would be a maximum of, we're getting clarification, but I think it's 130 hours a month she would not exceed, so that she would not be considered a full-time employee. And I would ask that the board would approve that. It's paid through regional funds. There's no, it's already included in the budget. It's basically, we're getting more for the money we have to send to the region. We're getting actually more for our money because we will have this person then available to help a lot of people who now we either can't help with things like making sure they get on programs they're eligible for, or people that come out of the hospital and making sure that they see the people they need to see and get their meds so that they don't keep going back to the hospital, things like that. And that's another advantage of using Mary Swartz, because she's already worked with some of these clients that she would be working with as the social worker. So I would just ask that that the board approve the change of status, and we would like to get her started then January 5th. Not July.
Well, thank you.
I make a motion to approve the change of status for Mary.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Being on the regional committee, Mary's been making all of the meetings. I've met her through more than a few committees. She's a good get. She's definitely a professional. Been involved with the county for a while, so do the job well.
I know we met with Lynn earlier today and answered a lot of the questions I had from it earlier, from when you presented the first time. Any other discussion? Hearing no more, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Weed Commissioner's annual report. It's just a report he gives us of what he did for the year. Looks like about the same as the year before.
It's our new guy. So I'll make a motion to approve the weed commissioner's annual report.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Next is the 2015 Flexible Spending Account Service Agreement. This is one we do annually.
Make a motion to approve that.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Time and date for January organizational meeting.
I'll make a motion to set the time and date for the January organizational meeting for January 2nd at 9 o'clock. That's on a Friday.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Ineligibility homestead military credits to be disallowed for 2014-15, payable 15 and 16. I got one.
Make that motion that we approve those credits to be allowed and disallowed for that payable 2015, 2016.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Next is change of status treasurer's office. Michelle, would you like to say something?
I just want to put this change of status in. As you know, I've been talking to you guys about this. It's not a new thing. I've been discussing it with you for quite a long time. I have a valued employee that I feel is underpaid and want to get her to where I feel she should be. And just would ask for your approval. If you have any questions for me, please ask me.
One question I have, I don't know if you've talked to the other two, but when we talk numbers, this is a tad higher than you said. Is this in lieu of a pay raise?
No,
You-
we
one-
did
one we
talk-
talked
we
this
did talk
number.
this number.
In lieu of a pay raise coming in July, or is this with the pay raise coming in July as well?
I just put it in as the amount. I guess we could discuss that at a later time, if that's something that's.
Those are just
needs to be
numbers
on the
we
table.
talked. I mean, that's why I was asking.
Yep, and after thinking about it and looking and comparing to some of the other clerks, I decided that this was a fair number. If I left it as a no increase in July, there again, that position would be stagnated again. And that's where my problem was. In the years that she's been here in that position, it's kind of always stayed at a lower base. Just trying to get a more even keel. So there's not the opportunity for someone to take a good employee to another office for more wage is what.
Any other questions?
Nope. I'll make a motion to approve the change of status to, and for a pay increase. Leave it at that.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Ann's that smiling face at the window every day, all the time, I guess.
She's a
You
great
gotta say more.
asset to my office. Great asset.
I think the biggest thing that has to be done, I think, going forward is we're starting to get elected officials in the department heads situation that I think will work together more. And, you know, this was caused a little bit by another department head trying to come over and take or offer an employee a job. And if there would be more evenness across the board.
And I've been asking for that since I
And
took
you have,
office.
Michelle, that if each office was very close, then there wouldn't be this competition to take different employees to get more money to move over. So, you know, I think going forward, I think there's some really good people in place in these offices that I think could sit down and work together and, you
Yeah,
know, it's
ideally,
something
if
that.
all of us could get together, or if we could have HR's help with the situation to
Mhm.
do some, you know, brainstorming and getting some numbers together to get some kind of structure in place would be wonderful. Then, of course, we'd all have to we'd want to all play by the structure that we put in place, and hopefully, that would happen.
Mhm.
But I think, yes, we definitely need that, guidelines,
The structure's
so
in place.
this stuff doesn't happen.
Structure's in place isn't good for the taxpayers that are paying the bill. It's different if it's an outside entity trying to take your person away from you. That's a whole different set of circumstances. But when it's another department trying to take the person, it's the same person paying the bill no matter where she's at. So you raise the wage for no reason, basically.
No, I
But
did
there is a-
raise
but
her
I
wage.
understand here, right,
Yeah, because
right,
she's taken
so-
on more responsibilities,
Right.
and as we've discussed in the past,
Right.
I was coming forward to you with the
You did on this
situation
one, yep.
prior to the event happening
Yeah.
of that, but, yeah, I just think we need some kind of structure.
I think the employees would
Help us
appreciate
out.
it too,
Yeah.
that work in the system.
And talking to our HR consultant, there are ways to accomplish this goal,
Yeah.
but we have to have everybody on board.
Have to have. It's the fun of elected officials.
Yes.
And non.
And not.
Yes, and non, that's true,
Mhm.
because, it has to be a countywide, countywide,
Decision.
trying to get everybody to an even
Mhm.
playing space, I guess.
Because the supervisors can only suggest, it's the department, it's each department head, that elected official that actually controls that. So, like I said, I think going forward after January, you got some real good people in those positions that.
Yeah,
you
because
can do
even
that.
in like my office now, structurally, like I have a deputy that is close to being paid the same as a clerk in other offices. So
Mhm.
that doesn't quite iron out very well for me. But I've tried to be conservative and everything, but
Mhm.
when you look at somebody that has a deputy status, that has a lot of responsibility, only getting paid, $550 or $1,000 more than somebody else that just has a clerk responsibility,
Mhm.
I don't know, something's wrong with that picture. So that's why I think we need that structure.
Mhm. I've seen it in your office, when you've brought in hires, I've seen it in our auditor's office since Jessica's taken over, that who she's brought in, you're doing a nice job of bringing them in at a wage and then giving them something to work up for instead of bringing them in so high, and then you're topped out right away. So it's nice to give them the incentives.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Utility permit, secondary roads department.
No utility permits. Just brush cutting. A lot of it.
How's that demo working?
Pretty good from what I've seen.
I drove by some of it. Looks like they can't get to the top of the tree. They gotta push it over sideways and then get to it. Is that on the back slopes or
Well,
He's just getting started.
yeah.
just
Plus,
figuring it out?
It's the rubber
Okay.
tire, so he can't get down in there in the ditch and get as far.
Well, I just saw it after the first day I ran it. Nope, it's good to see it out there though. Utility permit, secondary roads, approval of final plans for bridge replacement projects.
It says Steamboat, south of Steamboat Rockford Bridge there. The final plan's right there. Shooting for a March letting date.
Suggest we approve it.
Sure, yes.
Make a motion, we approve the plans for the bridge replacement of south of Steamboat Rock.
Second.
It's been moved to second in. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Other business. There are a couple more things we'll probably have another meeting before the end of the year. There are a couple more things that we didn't quite get done or get put on here, so we're looking at a meeting date of December 30th, which is a Tuesday.
Yep.
Anything else? Any other business? 10 a.m. Okay. I don't know if we have to have that in a formal motion or just put it on the agenda.
Saturday, it's already, she'll post numbers, but you can still set it if you're sure that's when you're gonna happen.
pretty sure.
Guess if you said it, you would know.
That work for you? Okay. Morning or afternoon work better for you?
Afternoon, better.
Because we could do it in the afternoon too, if you're, wouldn't have to be in the morning, we could do it in the afternoon.
That's
For
fine
you.
with me.
What, what time?
1 o'clock's fine.
1 o'clock? Set it for just Tuesday, December 30th at 1 o'clock?
1 o'clock.
I need that in motion. Can I do
That's
that in
a-
other business?
I'll make that a motion then. Means Nancy's given us permission to do it.
Well, then I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? December 30th, 1 o'clock. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Any other business out there? Hearing none, I'll ask for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
So moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Oi. Oi.
Turn the drainage.